Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we'll cover continuity. So basically a function is said to be continuous at a point B if the graph of the function doesn't have a hole. Okay, so there's no hole in the graph or there is a break at B, and you could draw the graph like without lifting your pen. Okay, so what I mean by that is, like, for example, you're given this graph over here, okay, and you guys see here there's discontinuity over here and here, and you see if I go ahead and draw this graph over here and then I have to lift my pen and then reach here, right? So there's a sort of a jump here, so I have to lift my pen, so there's a discontinuity as well. Okay, so like in simple terms, discontinuity exists when you find the limits, like the both sides limit exist, and that limit, the answer to that limit is basically equal to the value of the function itself. Okay, so that's only the case when the function is said to be continuous. Okay, so by what that I mean is, like, for example, you see here the function is continuous over here, and you see this point over here. So like if you approach it from the left and from the right, so the limit is indeed equals to this point. So let's say if this point is called 3, so then the left and right limit is equals to 3, and the value itself of the function is also equals to 3. That means the limit and the function value, they both equals to 3, so that means the function is continuous at this point. But you see there's a discontinuity over here because the function, the limit exists for the both sides and it equals to this particular value, but here the f of a, so like the value itself here, it doesn't exist, it's d and e. So that's the discontinuity here, and that's discontinuity here, because here the limit exists, however the value it's equals to something else, so that's a discontinuity as well. And here the function is not defined, so that's a discontinuity as well. Okay, so for example, like the limit, let's say it's equals to a, it's equals to 2, but the value of f of a, it doesn't exist, so that's a discontinuity as well. And similarly we have the function equals to 0, the limit value equals to 0, however the value of the b is equals to 1, so again that's the case of discontinuity as well. All right, so like if we were to write a formal definition of that, so that would be like a function is said to be continuous only if the both-sided limit exists. Okay, so both-sided limit has to exist, and then the limit, so then we say that the limit exists, and then we're gonna have to check if the value of that function equals to that particular value or not, so then the function is said to be continuous. So okay, so I hope that makes sense. Now let's go ahead and try to solve some problems. Okay, so what I usually do is I walk you guys through the problems, but in here I will just go ahead and explain you with my pointer, because I have to redo this video because I was doing this video and then there was some sort of an issue with the mic, so I have to redo this video. So I already have like all the steps written over here, so I'll just go ahead and explain them. Okay, so here the question basically asks to identify the discontinuities. Okay, so we have this question over here, and to identify the discontinuity, first we have to check if the value at that particular point exists or not. And here the discontinuity is about is about 2, because there's a division over here, right? And so for example, if we go ahead and plug in 2 inside here, so we'll get 0 over 0. So since we got 0 over 0, that means the value, it does not even exist at that particular point, at the point 2. So we can simply go ahead and say that discontinuity exists at point 2. So we don't even have to check the limit, because we for sure know that there is discontinuity if the value doesn't exist at all. Okay, so next step is that we have this function given over here. This is a piecewise function, and we have to evaluate basically the discontinuity at x equals to 0. So for that, first of all, we have to check if the value at x equals to 0 exists or not. So we go ahead and check. So the value, it does exist, and it's equals to 1. Now let's go ahead and check the value for the both sides is limit. Okay, so the limit of f of s as x approaches 0. Okay, so for that we'll have to check the value for both sided limits. So for as 0 approaches from the left and from the right, so we go ahead and evaluate this, and we get positive infinity for both. And since we got positive infinity for both, that means the limit as x approaches limit of the function as x approaches 0 is equals to infinity. And why did we choose this function 1 over x squared? It's because this function was exist everywhere, like except for x equals to 0. So like this function was continuous everywhere but except for x equals to 0. So that's why we chose this function to find the limit. And here, since those two values, they do not match up, so again we have a discontinuity at x equals to 0. So the function is not continuous, right? All right, so we have this function over here now. So again we have this, so we'll have to evaluate first if the function add 2 exists or not. So if we go ahead and plug in 2 in this function, we get 1. Okay, so this is basically the function. Okay, this is a piecewise function as well. So so the value of the limit of the value at the function of the function at x equals to 2 is equals to 1. The value exists. Now check for the limit if the limit exists or not at 2. So for that for this since if we go ahead and plug in 2, we got 0 over 0 for the limit. So every time we get something like that, so we have our only choice left is to factor, right? So then we'll have to factor this. So here, how did we factor this? And for factoring, I think you guys know this from high school, that we have to find two numbers such that the if you multiply them, you should get -2, and if you add them, you should get -1. Okay, so those two numbers happen to be -2 and 1. So we're gonna write x plus 1 and x minus 2. All right, and then we had x minus 2 at the bottom, so then we're gonna cancel out the like terms. X minus 2 cancels out, and we're only left with x plus 1. So now let's go ahead and plug the limit in. So now when we plug the limit in, so we got 3 as an answer. So since the value do not match up, so there's a discontinuity at 2. Alright, so let's go ahead and solve another problem. So here you guys understood that there was a discontinuity at x equals to 2. So now we have this function over here, which is basically a greatest integer function. So greatest integer function, you draw it like this. So like here, there's a full dot and there's an empty dot over here. So like discontinuity over here, and then it is continuous from here. Okay, so for this one, basically what you have to write is, if you look closely, you see at the left side. So at the left side, you see there is a discontinuity from the left at each integer. So like at 1, at 2, at 3, at 4, there's discontinuity everywhere, like from the left. Okay, so like we'll go ahead and write discontinuity from left at every integer. And if we go ahead and check from the right, so from the right, you see it's continuous everywhere. So like except for this point, it's continuous everywhere. So then we can go ahead and write continuous. The function is continuous from the right at everywhere. Okay, so that was it for today's video, and I hope you guys found this useful. And in the next video, we'll go ahead and continue with the continuity at like from the left and right. So make sure to check out the playlist for that, and thanks for watching. Bye.